Hello everybody and welcome back to Pathfinder Plays. I have been covering Dead Matter for the past few weeks and I've gotten great feedback from the community, for the most part. So I will continue to keep making videos about it and sharing new information I find out in hopes that your questions will be answered and you will grow in excitement for the game and join me in destroying zombies and building up a nice large community of survivors. The first update that I found out was the weather. Yes, the weather. According to the playdeadmatter.com site, quote, the weather is more than just a backdrop in Dead Matter. At any time, the elements could turn against you, and the warm skies of Alberta could birth heavy storms, blinding blizzards, and scorching heat waves, all of which pose unique threats to your survival and the world around you. There are automated radio stations that can be tuned into that have weather forecast. Use them to plan accordingly. This kind of goes into my previous video about the real life setting of the game in Alberta. It is a really cool thought that you could be strolling along and you need to think about how far you can travel safely depending on the storm. You will need to scavenge for fire starting equipment or gloves. What are the odds that other players will brave these storms as well? Is it worth the risk to go into these storms in hopes of using it as cover to make your way to an area that is filled with good equipment? These are the choices you will have to make. Shirk, a developer of the game, said, quote, we want to use average historical data of the area to drive the weather, as well as have it predicted/defined on an in-game weekly basis, end quote. The cold weather will affect the player in different ways and the zombies will be slowed by the cold. The quote heavy storms mentioned will consist of torrential downpour, and there is a chance of lightning damaging structures, electrical systems, etc., but won't strike the ground. Flooding has been discussed by the developers but is not yet confirmed, but is possible being as Calgary is prone to mass floodings. This is also giving us an idea of where the map will be placed inside of Alberta. Now that we know that Calgary, at least this kind of implies that Calgary is going to be inside the game. This is a very in-depth weather system and I've never would have thought about putting this in a game, so great job, developers. The second thing that I want to bring up is the zombie animations. I know there are some people who are not all that thrilled about how the zombies are looking when being shot, falling, or simply running or crawling. But please remember, and I'm quoting Shirk again, the quote biggest issue with them is we don't have custom animations. We have to use third party for now, end quote. But he did say that they will change the animations eventually, so don't worry, they are aware of the issues people have. Their goal for the idle animations of the zombies is to get them similar to that of the Left 4 Dead idle zombies. These zombies are also attracted to light and sound, and as the senior community moderator Havoc Hank says, quote, shooting a gun near a town is not the best idea, end quote. So this will also make it interesting if you see other survivors in a town next to you. Imagine crossing the road, looking to your right, clear, looking to your left, but then you see like another group of survivors heavily armed. Do you risk starting a firefight with them to get what they have? Or do you just continue on as if nothing ever happened, or perhaps even trying to trap them in the building by using the fire alarm sound and drawing zombies to them and then picking up the pieces afterwards? Or maybe you do a stealthier approach, and I'm not sure if there's any sort of assassination or execution or backstabbing approach to this, but imagine having a knife and sneaking up on the team and taking them out silently one by one. That would be cool. You can also use sound as a distraction to clear a path without being seen, so imagine being able to pick up a stone and throw it at a car, causing a metallic, earthy sound that could cause a sufficient enough noise to distract the zombies for you to get into a building. There's not a lot of other information in the Discord channel right now, and there hasn't been anything released on their Twitter really, but this is what I was able to drag up for you guys to kind of fill the gaps in between now and whenever they do release the next large update video, in which I will make a video breaking down that video and giving my input and opinion and thought into it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video, and remember, If you guys like scares, survival, and scavenging, consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Pathfinder out.